So since the advent of the modern building and the modern automobile, people have been less connected than ever before, less communal. And it's very hard, okay, on people's nature, made in the image of God, created by God to walk. Have you noticed, just by looking at your physical human body, that clearly you were designed by the Creator to walk? All day long. You know, and when you spend time outdoors, you actually experience God, because God is in charge of the weather and all the living creatures and animals that He loves to put in front of you throughout the day that have messages attached, okay? Once you learn their names and you hear from the Lord about the Gematria and, you know, what He says through individual creatures, it's pure paradise. But if you just sit in your dumb house all day, you get nothing. If you sit in your dumb vehicle all day, you get nothing, okay? For thousands of years, God has wanted people to get outside and stay outside on their own 2 feet for as much as possible, as long as possible. Period. I'm like, people, the modern fad, the over-worship of education and academia and endless miserable learning is not natural. That is not normal for our young people, and it is certainly not normal for every age. It is normal for children to be outdoors in abundance, okay? Learning about God in nature and hearing His personal voice in silence in their heads as they mature. That is normal. So this is a big plug for walking only living. It's a big plug for being outside for as much of your time on this planet as you can be. That's where God loves to romance you. He loves to impress you. He loves to love you, and He loves to delight you and express Himself towards you. He loves to communicate through the animals, okay, that He puts in front of you outdoors, all the rest of it, okay? I mean, this is a call to people living way more naturally than they ever have, okay? The modern lie of indoor living and shacking up / the automobile has done nothing but misery and coldness and depression for many humans. That is the truth. So I encourage you today, okay, to delight yourself in God today by spending as much time in the great outdoors as you possibly can on your gorgeous 2 feet, walking freely, okay, like all the animals. Walk and move freely. God loves walking, okay? God loves movement. Man, you get hooked on this. Drink your God food. It'll empower you to walk more pleasurably all day, every day like never before. And that's what God likes. But, I mean, you study the word walk and walking, even just through the Holy Bible. You will be shocked at how much God loves walking. And He loves people walking, okay, all the time. All right. I think I've said enough, folks. I have had enough of this indoor, claustrophobic, antisocial, vehicle-drunk, modern mess that is not normal, it is not natural, it is not joyful, it is not romantic, and it is not healthy for humans physically, spiritually, or emotionally, or socially. So, get out of your house, get out of your car, and walk outdoors way more than you ever have before. Pray more. Listen in silence in nature more, and you will hear the personal voice of God more. Drink your pure natural cocoa powder with water, your regular God food. You can take it in a backpack and just add water wherever you go and be empowered. It's called a cocoa break. Cocoa equals break, and you'll be empowered for even more delightful walking in God's creation. And man, you can hike if you want. You can go forever if you want. I've put God food to the test. It's the ultimate walker's friend. Okay? You bring your pure natural cocoa powder with water everywhere you go. You'll outwalk everyone in the universe for a lifetime, to your own joy and God's. Okay? But man, am I ever encouraging the entire human race. Folks, I can get creepy, but did you know there's more suicides in Japan than any other nation in the world? It's because of all the technocracy and all of this unnatural junk. Okay? So, get out to the glory of God and walk as Jesus walked. Walk as the men of God walked. Walk as the prophets walked. Walk as the early church. Walk as Adam and Eve walked with God. Walk, walk, walk. Outdoors, and there you go. Okay? So, I am just like totally exhorting the human race to come back to the most natural days of all time. Worldwide, like worldwide. Basically every message that I ever preach is with a global dream in mind. It's like, get out of your houses, get empowered by the God food, and walk all day, all night, in pure bliss and paradise. The God food will take you there, and man, you'll hear from God in nature. You'll hear His voice in silence. It just, you'll enjoy the blood flow and all that. God food does that all for you. And my friends, this is how people meet each other, and this is how people make friends, and this is how people fall in love, and this is how real tribal community exists and thrives on planet Earth. When people live their entire life outdoors, on their feet, it's called being social, people. It's called being truly social, not the ridiculous internet antisocial. That is not a social network. That is what you call the antisocial network. Get off your duff, drink your God food, get out the door, and start walking all day long in your local community. Be an agent of life. Be an agent of glory and pleasing to God, glorifying God, an agent of beauty. And my friends, if everyone was walking everywhere, there would be so much love abounding. Yada, yada, yada. You can list 10,000 happinesses that blossom and multiply, amongst communities of people when everyone walks everywhere on God food in abundance. Just countless blessings, countless joys, countless freedoms. People fall in love and get married and have friends and just feel normal and, all those wonderful things. Okay. So, there you go. I think I'm done. I think it's time for me to get up and walk again. Let the Spirit lead.